Okay, hello. So, I tried to upload it previously, but I'm just gonna give up on it. Right now, I am going to share with you a horrible story. It is my Romanian orphan story. And if you look at the image behind me, it's not really behind me, it's a green screen. I'm so cool, I figured out how to use it. Woo! Anyway, that is me. The first time that I was ever held. If you notice how skinny I am and how covered in bug bites I am, I was so dirty and stuff. They did not bathe me. They did not do anything except hit you and starve you and neglect you. So let me rewind a little bit. I was born in 90s Romania. And in the 1960s, a man named Nicolae Ceausescu came to power, and he was awful. He was just like Trump. One of his decrees was that every woman at the age of 18 was required to start breeding, and she was legally required to have a minimum of 5 children. And there would be punishment if you would not meet it. For 10 children. You were considered a heroine mother for 10 children. Now, do you think this man allowed us to have wealth or even a living wage or anything? No. I am talking poverty levels that you have never seen. I'm talking that like folks on the reservation and like maybe Appalachia could understand only. Extreme poverty. I lived in a shack, a 2-room shack with 10 children and 2 parents. That's not right. I was in and out of the hospital because they couldn't provide for me. I got taken away. I got shoved into Buzo orphanage, and let me tell you, there is no justifying what happened there. I'm talking Holocaust level horrors. The starvation. Look how skinny I am there. Look how skinny I am. You could like strangle me just like by a tiny little thing, you know? I was on the verge of death until that woman right there, my mother, adopted me. I still have memories. I can hear a certain shade of gray. It's very, like, if you've ever seen unpainted stucco walls, that is orphanage gray, to be specific. I can see if I can get in the pictures at some point, editing or whatever, but this can never happen again. You just try to imagine being forced to breed. I was a forced pregnancy for my mother. He banned all birth control. He banned all abortion. And he had a 5-child minimum and did not allow us to be raised like, you know, like humans. We lived in squalor like fucking animals. And I want reparations for that, because I have been struggling my entire life because of the orphanage and because of like bullying from being different and like just the physical abuse and the neglect and the malnourishment and its lasting health effects. But yeah, I know exactly what happens when nut jobs like Trump are allowed. It's the only reason I exist. People like me, since the 1960s, they have a name for us, the decreti. It means the decreed. So stop freaking out about Handmaid's Tale, and you should start spreading this tale because it's real. And if you are also a Romanian orphan, I urge you to share your story as well. This should never happen again. I will not be like my mother. I will not be forced to breed. My children will be a choice and a choice only. And I have also had an abortion. I had one in 2020 to flee my abuser. That same abuser he murdered my teenage son at the time when he stepped in to defend me. I live in a blizzardy, cold, miserable region. Well, it's usually like that. I don't know, now with global warming it's fucking like 70 degrees, but anyway. How pro-life is that to make somebody be pregnant, homeless, and on the street? I have done that before, and let me tell you, it's not fun. There's one thing that being pregnant means. It means you gotta pee all the time, and nobody lets you use the bathrooms. Nobody lets you go to the bathroom. They always kick you out. They lock the doors. Even if you go to the restaurant, don't matter. Even at this public park, they bitch about it. I'm recovering from homelessness, by the way. I'm no longer homeless anymore. I'm still broke. But anyway, I have done that before, and it is awful. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to shit it out behind a dumpster? How are you gonna keep it warm, huh? Yeah. You see, because you don't think about this. Now, where were you pro-lifers when I was in the orphanage getting abused, huh? Everyone always stops and be like, oh, those poor puppies. Well, what about this? This right here is what will happen right there. Those children, us, we are on your hands. And all the children that you are forcing to be born. That's unacceptable. And America, especially women, rise up. Rise up. Revolt. This cannot happen because this is our fate. And that was my fate. Can you just try to imagine what it would be like to leave one country with a psycho dictator just to come to another with another psycho dictator and the same shit? It's like I never left Romania. You think, oh, well, you don't have a child minimum yet. You don't have orphanages yet. You will have them back, because just look at the foster care system. All my predictions are coming true. I'm just disgusted that America still let that psycho in. You take a good look at that. I would scream for 3 days straight because my mother had to teach me what being held was. Now, if you are interested, I will leave the link for the full video in there, in the description or in a comment or something. But yeah, this is what happens. Women and children suffering. And so to all you so-called pro-lifers, Freudian slip there, all you so-called pro-lifers, where were you? And how many of us did you adopt? Thank you. Actually, I can do that. Look at that. That's where I come from. That horrible place. Awful. Bars, really? Like you think we're gonna like run away? You think we're gonna run into the orphanage? Is that it? But yeah, that is the outside. And this is using Google Maps. That's my house. That is my house, if you want to call that a house. This is the poverty level sometimes. This is what it's like. This is the life of an orphan in Romania. You just sit and stare and rot. Holocaust abuse for women and children should never be allowed to be repeated, save Roe versus Wade, or expect my